My name is James Reyes and I'm a professional freelance comic book artist. Comic book artists are interesting people. We love our job. Part of making a living drawing comic books is selling original art. Good old-fashioned pen on paper. Now whether it's published art for a major publisher, or if it's commissioned art where someone asks us to draw them their favorite character so they can take that piece of art home and hang it on their wall. So what's the value of original comic book art? Well, of course, like everything for sale, a piece of art is only worth what someone is willing to pay for it. So factors like type of characters, the amount of time, popularity of the artist, if the artwork was published or not, are all factors. Now please don't take the content of this video as pricing for all artists. All artists are different and charge differently, but in this particular video I will go through how much I value my own art, how much I sell commissions, and how I price my original artwork. Also keep in mind, I'm a professional published comic book artist. I'm not the most popular comic book artist in the world, however, I do have a small fan base, especially for my Transformers work, and that does affect this type of pricing. And for argument's sake, let's use American dollars. You do the conversion wherever you are in the world. So let's start off with everyone's favorite price point no matter where you are in the world. That's free. What kind of drawing would I do for free? Well, if someone came to me at a convention and asked me to do a quick sketch in a graphic novel or in a sketchbook but wanted a free sketch, I would do something like this. Quick, rough, under a minute, and it's usually Optimus Prime's head. Now the only exception is for kids. I will take a bit more time for a kid's sketch, but it's only if I'm not as busy at a convention. Like for me, a kid's smile, it's worth it. So what do I do for, say, $20? Now I don't put this on my pricing list, but if someone were to ask me, it would be a small drawing in a sketchbook that the customer would have brought, or on a letter-sized paper. However, I would never allow the drawing time to go past 10 minutes. So you would get a really quick, loose sketch. So what would I do for $50? For $50, I draw a very tight head sketch as detailed as possible. I draw it on a 9x12 piece of Bristol board. At this price point, I start drawing the way you would see me draw in professional comic books. So the clients would ask me to draw their character of choice, and my time limit is usually between 30 minutes to an hour. So what do I do for $100? Now for $100, I draw a torso shot. Upper body in somewhat of a dynamic pose depending on what they want. Again, 9x12 piece of Bristol board, and I find this is the most popular at conventions. For these I take anywhere between 1 and 2 hours to complete. So let's get up in price. What do I do for $150? For $150, I draw a full-bodied character in a very cool pose, depending on what the client wants. Now this I draw a little bit bigger, on 11x17 Bristol board, so standard comic book size. So for these, depending on the character, I take anywhere between 1 and 3 hours to finish. So let's get into the big money now. So what kind of art would I charge for $500? We start getting into actual comic book published work and not just the regular page. This artwork has to be used for comic books or advertisings, but splashy, okay? It's gotta be a really cool splash page or covers to comic books. Now, is there art that I would charge for $1,000 or more? Absolutely. Okay, this is serious money we're talking about here, but this is also serious artwork. For me, examples of these are my most detailed drawing ever art. These are pieces of art that are huge, at least double the size, and they take me at least 2 days to draw. But if someone is willing to part with that much money for a piece of my art, I make sure it's worth it. But is there artwork that I would sell for even more money? Well, there are 2 pieces that I have that kind of fall into that category. This is my Transformers megalithograph. Over 600 characters on 12 comic book boards. And more importantly, this has been published. This has been published as a very popular lithograph, which at the time retailed for about $100 each, but today you can find them on sale for between $400 and $500. Now this particular piece I probably could have sold for even more money about 15 years ago when the lithograph first came out, but right now I value this between, I'd say around between $10,000 to $15,000, but I'm holding on to it for now. I don't know why. But is there a piece of art that I value even more than this? Well, you clicked on the thumbnail, didn't you?
Star Wars fans always blow my mind with their talent, and today we got to welcome one here into Lucasfilm to show off his amazing project. James Reyes is here with his entire saga-spanning hand-drawn art piece, and it covers everything.
This peak took 7 months, over 400 hours of my life to produce. Not to mention the 50 hours for the digital colors. Now, this artwork is not for sale. I'm a diehard Star Wars fan, and this piece is a huge part of my life, and it's not done. I still have episodes 8, 9, and Han Solo to do. But if someone were to ask me to buy this piece, it's gotta be the owner of a sports team, because in all honesty, I wouldn't charge less than $100,000 for it. Now let's be real. That's because of the sentimental value I have for it. There's only one person in the world who could possibly actually buy this thing, and I would actually love to sell this piece to this person. Hey George, this piece would look great in your museum. If anyone knows George, please pass the message to him. But in conclusion, at the end of the day, whether the piece of art is worth $20 or $100,000, in reality, the pricing of an artwork all depends if someone is willing to pay for it. So is it worth it? Well, that's really up to you to answer. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, if this video enticed you to check out my channel, check out all of my drawing videos that I have on this channel. I've been drawing professionally for 20 years, so I really appreciate you stopping by. And if you like what you see, you like my art challenges, you like my videos, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, well, I will be your friend for life. Follow me on all social media, all down below, and thank you for listening. And my name is James. I am the box office artist. I'm here to say keep drawing, and I'll see you all tomorrow.